Packers take control of the NFC North, the very competitive NFC North, because the Lions are still hanging there in there as well. The Packers win 28-21 against the Bears. Like you mentioned, very entertaining game. Thought both teams had moments where they felt like they had the momentum. Yes, I'll use the M word, where it felt like each team had a control for a second or just had a nice stretch, had big plays on both sides of the ball. I thought Jordan Love, obviously he had a few touchdowns today, had some unbelievable throws, and really against the blitz as well, against the Bears blitzes. Caleb Williams had some moments at the end and then had the pick at the very last play of the game to seal it. What did you think of this one, Chuck? I'm still catching my breath because this one just wrapped up before we went live.
For the first half, I thought it was going to go kind of how we talked about it last week, where maybe if you're the Packers, you just come out guns blazing and try to rip off some chunk plays in the first half and dare them to keep up with you. Go into halftime and it was 14-3. And it's like, man, this one feels like it might be getting out of hand just because I didn't see any real way the Bears defense is they're just going to like step up to the task and start slowing them down. But they just kept chipping away at it. In the run game in the second half, like especially the third quarter, man, they really just took it to the Packers. And it felt like they were starting to take control of that game. And to me, like that's even though they end up losing the game on the last play, and maybe not a great ball by Caleb, but man, I think the Packers deserve a lot of credit for how they just snuffed that out, like all three levels. You really had to know where you could go with that. But it's fourth down, so you got to throw it up and do something, which I did respect because we've seen some quarterbacks this year just not throw the ball on fourth down and just eat sacks and do really weird stuff. So at least you put the ball in the air. But the fact that you can just sustain a drive like that against a good defense is just another sign of growth for this team. And I think we saw, like most people, like just about everyone's saying, they were 9-3, top of the NFC, but no one like thinks this is like an elite team. They're still a growing team, but a good team, I think you could say. Like the offense is officially good. Like they have arrived on a national audience today.
Yeah, I think the Packers I consider one of the top teams, and just not just the NFC, the NFL. And the fact that the Bears went toe to toe with them and had made mistakes, but still were in it. I think, like you said, that's just a sign of growth. I think they're way ahead of schedule. Like they feel like a very feisty team that like is a wild card team, as opposed to like, yeah, they're getting lucky and this is all going to fall out from them because of this and that. I mean, the first drive, the Packers were just methodical, and I was just like, ooh, this is going to be a long day for that Bears defense. And then Love gets sacked, throws, and then I think he throws the pick because the guy wasn't sinking. I think it was CJ Gardner-Johnson, wasn't it? But he wasn't sinking because it was third and forever. And then I was like, oh, okay, here come the Bears. And then Colston Loveland fumbles. I was like, okay, all right, well, one of these teams is going to pull ahead. I'm going to have some like momentum narrative I'm going to talk about, but I thought both teams had moments. I'll start with the Packers because they won this game. But Jordan Love, I mean, the touchdown to Christian Watson on 3rd and 10 against cover 0, which was just awesome. Just guys of protection. They wadded up. I thought that was great because it was a great example of throwing a ball to a spot and letting the receiver kind of run to it, because Watson was going high and then he just brought him low. But then the Bo Melton touchdown was awesome. 55-yard throw in the air. I looked it up, 55.1 yards. He doesn't begin to throw that until Melton's 25 yards down the field, which is just like, it just shows how insane Jordan Love's arm is. And I think I said this in the group chat, I think, where I was like, if I want to just show, I don't know, like an alien, but someone that just has never watched NFL football, okay, this is what an NFL throw is, or this is like how hard the NFL is, was that throw right there, because it's like throwing it that far down the field. If he's inside or late, the safety closes on it. It's just the design of the play, how aggressive it was. And then the other touchdown, Christian Watson, I thought it was kind of fun. You mentioned the run game with Josh Jacobs. The last Christian Watson touchdown, the second one, it was an RPO, so zone read, and then the Packers run all these flat plays. You know, Tucker Kraft usually gets them, but for years, and they just ran like a slant and flat off of it. But the Josh Jacobs touchdown at the end of the game to seal it, or to go ahead, was the same play. It was the same formation, same run play, but they just had something tagged differently with the routes. And I just thought it was funny that those plays feel so different in how they resulted. They both ended in touchdowns, but how they got there, but it was the same kind of little run RPO. But it just shows that like anytime the Packers team, even if they have moments of frustration, it's like the run game is good and they could just do that in the passing game. Jordan Love can just do that at any moment, just throw a haymaker and just there's 7 points, even when you think you got it.
Yeah. I mean, so over the past month, the Packers are 4-0. And these Jordan Love numbers are kind of crazy. He's averaging basically zero point 0.3 EPA per drop back, which is, I don't even know how to explain
MVP
like how
level.
good that is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like MVP
Yeah.
level. About 50% success rate, 20% explosive pass rate. He's getting pressured at 42% of his dropbacks, but he's only been sacked 4 times. Like he's really kind of ascended to another level. And I'm just
Yeah.
glad that he's actually like good enough where he can throw that interception that he had in the to start the game, and it doesn't really matter because you're going to pick up so many
Yeah.
chunk plays, so many explosives, and that's why you kind
Yep.
of live with those plays. I like to make fun of him because I think it's funny when he has those plays, but they're not as frequent as like people who actually think he's bad might think. Um, I really think the only thing that's kind of maybe stopping him from being in the MVP race, maybe the record, but also it's probably just a low volume passing offense. Like he's at what
Hmm.
24, 21, 30, 25 passing attempts over the last 4 games. So like people still like the volume stats. You might not have those, but on an efficiency basis, man, he is just playing
It's
ruthless football
yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Ruthless is right. It's there. I mean, even the first touchdown to Watson, you mentioned you kind of like make fun of him. Like he's a Kobe fan and you can hear him saying Kobe
Yeah.
like every time he throws it. The first touchdown, the blocking is clean and he still throws a fadeaway. He still throws
Yeah.
like a fadeaway, like he's got pressure in his face. It's
Kobe.
like, no, you got nobody in front of you. Yeah, he actually like says Kobe on it. Like I don't know. That's his rhythm, like it's just how he throws it. No, and then I mean, Micah Parsons was relentless. I don't even know
Yep.
what his box score numbers ended up, but like it felt like there's so many times where Caleb was chasing him down, and that's where I'm so high on the Packers is that they can run it and they can hit explosives like no matter what. And Jordan Love doesn't take sacks. You mentioned the low sacks with that amount of pressures. That's what's so cool, and it's not dink and dunk. It's just chunk play after chunk play, and different guys are stepping up. Bo Melton's catching touchdowns now. He was playing DB 3 months ago. I mean, their first round pick barely even saw him, felt him much. Christian Watson looks great after coming back from injury. Like Dobbs is still out there. They're just a really dangerous offense, really dangerous team. I mean, I'm feeling as good about them as about anybody in the entire NFL. Rams looked really good too. And the Seahawks look good too. I will say the Rams looked really freaking good too. So I have to mention them as well. But the Bears though, like you said, like they got to feel pretty good about where the Bears are at. I thought it was pretty cool. The fight wasn't cool that broke out. That the flag happened. But I did think that it was the Bears receivers were really trying to block the Packers safeties. And if you ever watch like Evan Williams or these guys, and so that's why the scuffling happened because they were just like really scrapping. I just thought the Bears played hard and they were relentless too. So any other thoughts on this game kind of at the end? I thought the Bears kind of offensive actions were cool. The Packers linebackers were running every which way on plays. And it was like, it was a good football game. I thought it was a really good football game.
Gotta give a shout out to Josh Jacobs. Throwback hard-nosed performance today. That was freaking awesome. I mean, the little pitch play on like 3rd and 1 where he broke through the line of scrimmage. I was like, oh no, like they got him, he's dead. And then nope, just popped right out through the other side, tried to run over a DB. Like that was really cool to see because there's just nothing better. Nothing better than seeing a team be able to ride their RB1 to like just to the finish line and then they close. He finished with basically 0.2 EPA per rush today. 45% success rate, only 5% explosive rush rate. So like he's just boom, boom, boom.
That's
boom,
what it is,
boom,
man.
hitting you with jabs over and over again, and then you break one at the end. That was really, really fun game.
Their formula makes sense to me. The Packers, like like how they get stuff done on offense, like just makes sense to me. Like it's kind of there's stretches where it can be frustrating, but it's like, man, it can kind of go against any defense. Like they have an answer against any type of defense they might face. I just have to end too, because I just thought of it, but like Jordan Love against the blitz, like this is why I think it's suicide to blitz him because he's so aggressive, but the protection's so good. He finished 8 of 11, 126 yards and 2 touchdowns against the blitz. Got pressured twice, 0 sacks. It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't against them right now. They're cooking, but I think the Bears are playing good football too. It's a really fun game.